leaving others behind. You've probably seen, there's a lot of movies, westerns and others, where, they're trying to get through the desert or some other treacherous environment. Maybe someone's chasing them, and one person gets hurt, sometimes badly hurt, and they have to make a decision, are they going to leave this person behind or slow down the group, maybe fatally, by sometimes the person's too injured to move. So in some cases, I guess because they don't have any choice or feel they have a choice, the person gets left behind, and then, they're food for the coyotes. Occasionally they might, still survive, but usually not. Or the group finds a way to bring them along, and sometimes successfully, sometimes not. So this idea of leaving others behind, I mean, you've heard the famous expression that you are the 5 people that you hang around with the most, and life is so competitive. I just did a podcast on that it's unfortunate, but you can't really afford to be dragged down by people that are not at your level. And it might seem, well, like if you're at a really high level, you can afford to be dragged down a little bit. And there is actually some truth to that, because people that are at a really high level, if they're self-made, have gotten there because they've allowed themselves to be taken advantage of a little bit more than most people, without it being excessive. I did a podcast entitled "Let Yourself Be Taken Advantage of" a little bit, because that's creating value. Like if you're just a taker and you're not a giver, nobody wants to be around you. Like if you look even where people congregate, I mean, some of the supermarkets are really crowded because people want to eat, and some of the good restaurants are crowded because it's a high value experience. So it's not really a cruel thing to leave others behind if you need to. Like if you do it recklessly, just wanted, then you won't be very successful anyway. So there's kind of a middle ground. It's not even leaving others behind so much. It's pretty much self-selection. And what I find is that people that are willing to do the positive things that it takes to be successful that other people are not willing to do, they kind of self-select themselves out because they're like, oh, it's too difficult, I don't want to do it. I feel pressure when I'm around this person, even if the other person's not pressuring them. So a lot of it is self-selection, but in life, there's kind of a natural sorting. It's said that birds of a feather flock together, and it just kind of happens that way. It's the law of vibration, the law of energy. Like when we tune to a certain radio frequency, we get that. Like people get each other. People say, I get you, because they're similar. They have similar vibrations, similar ideas, similar ways of thinking.